The man didn't know he was being filmed. What he did to the kangaroo was shocking. Have you ever wondered what you would do if you saw a wild animal in desperate need of help? Would you risk your safety to save it? This is the story of an extraordinary rescue, a moment of courage, kindness, and connection that changed lives forever. It was a sunny afternoon, the waves crashing against the cliffs, a gentle breeze carrying the salty smell of the ocean. A group of friends was out for a leisurely stroll along the beach, enjoying the serene beauty of the day. But that peace was shattered when someone spotted something unusual in the water, a kangaroo struggling against the waves. At first, it seemed impossible. A kangaroo? In the sea? They stopped in their tracks, squinting to get a better look. There it was, a full-grown kangaroo, flailing helplessly as the waves battered it. It had fallen from the cliff above and was now fighting for its life. The animal didn't know how to swim, its powerful legs thrashing uselessly in the water. With each passing second, the situation grew worse. The kangaroo swallowed mouthfuls of salt water, its movements becoming slower and more frantic. Exhaustion was setting in, and its eyes were starting to close, as though it had accepted its fate. The group stood frozen for a moment, unsure of what to do. Then 2 men from the group sprang into action. Without hesitation, they stripped off their shirts and ran toward the water. The waves were fierce, but their determination was stronger. They dove into the cold, churning sea, swimming with all their might toward the struggling kangaroo. It was a dangerous mission. The kangaroo, panicked and disoriented, kicked with incredible force, its powerful legs lashing out in every direction. One wrong move, and the rescuers could have been seriously injured. But they didn't let fear stop them. They took turns approaching the animal, carefully grabbing hold of its body and working together to guide it back toward the shore. The people on the beach watched in awe, holding their breath as the men battled the waves. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, the rescuers reached the shallows. With one last effort, they dragged the kangaroo onto the sand, collapsing beside it, panting and soaked. The crowd rushed to help. Someone brought blankets to warm and dry the animal, while others tried to comfort it. But the kangaroo lay motionless, its wet fur clinging to its body, its chest still. Panic set in. Was it too late? One of the rescuers refused to give up. Kneeling beside the kangaroo, he bent down and began performing CPR. The sight was surreal, a man desperately trying to revive one of Australia's most iconic creatures. The crowd watched in tense silence, their hands clasped in hope. Minutes passed, each one feeling like an eternity, and then it happened. The kangaroo coughed, a small, faint sound at first, but then it vomited seawater and took a shaky breath. A collective cheer erupted from the crowd as the kangaroo slowly opened its eyes. It was alive. The group stayed with the animal, ensuring it was stable before deciding the best course of action. Together, they carried the kangaroo to a nearby forest, a place where it could recover in peace. They laid it gently on the ground, watching as it hesitated for a moment before hopping away into the trees. It was a bittersweet moment. They had saved its life, but they assumed they'd never see it again. But the story didn't end there. The very next morning, one of the rescuers heard an unexpected sound outside his home. Curious, he opened the door and froze. Standing there, as if waiting patiently, was the kangaroo. At first, he felt a flicker of fear. Kangaroos are strong, wild animals, and an unplanned encounter can be dangerous. But this kangaroo wasn't threatening. It stood silently, its head bowed slightly, its large eyes gazing at him. In that moment, the man understood. This wasn't an ordinary visit. The kangaroo had come to say thank you. A smile spread across his face as he stepped closer, speaking softly to the animal. The kangaroo didn't move away. It simply stood there, a picture of quiet gratitude. From that day forward, the kangaroo became a regular visitor to the man's home. It wasn't just a wild animal anymore. It was a friend. Every visit was a joyful occasion. The kangaroo would hop around the yard, play with the man and his family, and even nuzzle against them affectionately. Its presence brought warmth and wonder to their lives, a constant reminder of the extraordinary bond they had formed. As the weeks turned into months, the kangaroo's visits became a cherished routine. It was no longer just a guest. It was part of the family. The man often reflected on how one act of courage and kindness had led to such an incredible friendship. He couldn't help but marvel at the connection they had, a bond that crossed the boundaries of species. This story isn't just about a kangaroo's survival. It's a testament to the power of compassion, courage, and the incredible relationships we can build with the natural world. It's a reminder that acts of kindness, no matter how small or spontaneous, can create ripples that change lives, both human and animal. If this story touched your heart, consider how you can make a difference in your own life. Support wildlife rescue efforts, volunteer for animal conservation programs, or simply share stories like this to inspire others. Every small action adds up, creating a world where humans and animals can coexist in harmony. Thank you for taking the time to watch this story. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us continue sharing these heartwarming tales of love, bravery, and connection. Stay tuned for our next episode, and remember, kindness isn't just an action, it's a way of life. Together, we can make the world a better place, one story at a time.